Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Italian Property Lawyers Podcast, where we explore the fascinating journeys of individuals who have turned their dream of owning property in Italy into reality. I'm your host, attorney Luca Minuti, and today we're joined by a very special guest, Anna from Brooklyn, New York, who has recently completed the purchase of a stunning landscape apartment in Luino, northern Italy, Lago Maggiore. In today's episode, Anna will share with us not only the beauty of her new home, but also the process she went through to make this dream a reality. I'm pretty sure Anna's story is filled with insights and advice for anyone considering a similar path. But let's get started. Hi, Anna. It's a big pleasure to have you with us.
Hello.
So, Anna, first of all, could you tell us a little about yourself and how you came up with the idea to buy an apartment in Italy? I mean, you were born in Ukraine and you moved to the US more than 30 years ago. How come you wanted to buy an apartment in Italy?
I know. It's such a random choice, but not really. So I do live in the United States for 31 years. I had this dream purchasing a vacation home. I considered few places before. I was considering Florida or upstate New York, place I could come when I have a week just to spend and relax. Why Italy? I love to travel. And if you look at my passport, probably the most stamps you see either Fiumicino Airport or Malpensa Airport. I have friends in Italy. It was kind of a choice that I made consciously because I love to come to Italy. It's a place where I feel at home. I feel, welcome. People are really nice. Landscapes are amazing. Food doesn't suck either. It's really a place where I feel very comfortable, and I'm always looking forward to come to Italy. So that was an easy choice for me.
Okay.
Also, yeah.
And why Luino?
So Luino was not the first choice, but I was looking at northern Italy because I like the area. I've been there many times. I like 4 seasons. I like winter. I like summer. I don't want to be in forever summer climate where it gets like 100 degrees. So I wanted a place that I can come in the winter. I'm not a big skier, but I know there is proximity of skiing resorts in the northern Italy. There is also 6 miles from my new apartment. There is 2 skiing lifts that I'm looking forward to explore. I didn't choose this particular town at first, but I was looking at the area of the lakes, Lake Como or Lake Maggiore, which was really, really beautiful. And I randomly found this place. Actually, I don't know if you remember, but the link for the apartment you sent me for this particular apartment. So it was just happened. Yeah.
Just for listeners, Anna bought a very nice apartment in a really strategic position. Anna just needs to cross the street and she's in front of the lake. So this is a unique position, location, very unique. I like to underline this aspect. And do you have any plans to personalize or modify the apartment you bought?
Yes,
I know
yes.
you have.
I do, definitely. So the exciting part, this apartment doesn't need a lot of major renovations, which was one of the choices that I made. I don't want to do any major repairs because I know you have to get permits if you want to remove the wall or do something major. So I did not want to deal with that. The place requires cosmetic renovations. So what I did, I got a design consultation. We have this show with interior designer. She has the art of vintage show. So she does private consultations. And I just had last week a private consultation with her. I sent her pictures of the apartment and she gave me a lot of really great ideas what I can do with the apartment. Just furnish it, change the color of the walls, throw out old things that were there. You have to have a vision for the place. So she gave me really, really cool ideas that I'm just really looking forward to implement. It'll be really awesome. Yeah. When I do that.
Okay, but for you, as for many other foreigners, the process hasn't been so smooth, I'd say. I'd like to ask you if you have encountered any difficulties during the purchasing process, and how did you manage to overcome them?
So yes, this apartment was my first choice, as you remember. Yeah. There was a first apartment which, when you mentioned bureaucracy, I thought, every country has bureaucracy. But the first choice apartment, the surveyor encountered an issue with the building plan. There was a row of missing windows in the building, and they discovered that mistake that was done. And the building was built in 1968. So now everybody had to pay penalty in the building. At that point, when I found that out, I wanted to pull out of the deal and just say, I don't want to deal with that. The second choice of the place, if you remember, was we encountered the issue that apartment was actually owned by bank, technically. The people who were selling it signed a collateral loan. So when you did property search, you discovered that. So there was a big thing that I couldn't deal with because the apartment did not belong to people who claim it belonged to technically. It has collateral loan on it, so it has to be redone, refinanced. I don't know. That was an issue that I didn't expect. I would expect the seller would disclose information like that, but it was not the case.
Yeah, I think for our listeners, again, we met some local zoning compliance issues, and it was too risky for Anna to buy that property, and we decided to withdraw from the deal. It's been a tough decision, but we had no other choice. So I didn't want her to risk anything, so I advised her to withdraw from the deal. And we started from scratch again.
Yes, the buyer should be prepared for situations like that. It took 1 year with lots of up and downs. It was kind of a little bit of emotional roller coaster because you think you're getting the place, you like it, you put your mind to it, but it didn't work out. So buyers should be prepared to deal, and definitely you helped a lot with all that.
Yeah. Being in rush in this field might be really, really dangerous. So once you sign any kind of paper, you're responsible and you risk to lose a lot of money. So before signing, there are a lot of activities really important and that prevent you to waste money. And this is why it's really important to proceed step by step, in my opinion. But how I'd like to know, because it's a very useful feedback for us, how did the Italian property lawyers team assist you in the process? Were there moments when our help was crucial or not?
Yes, definitely. As you mentioned, there was from a very first analyzing the links that I sent you. I would find property. You would get back to me immediately about feedback. The property was just not located in a good place. You would tell me honestly, what I should consider with this property. There was property that was like a timeshare. You told me don't even deal with that. Definitely doing the property search to find out if property belongs to people that claims to belong. Also paying deposit, drafting the proposal, translations, of course, because, my Italian is quite limited. So you did all that for me. Also, a crucial step was when I needed codice fiscale for the closing, and I didn't have it. So you really made it happen to get codice fiscale for me within like 2 days. I had the number, so that was really, really important for me.
Also, I would underline the drafting of the purchase proposal and the preliminary contract. That's really important, as you can imagine, because we always try to protect our clients. This is a very crucial aspect, I think.
Yes,
if you agree.
Definitely, absolutely. Yeah, that was crucial. And negotiating the price, contacting the agents, everything. I would not be able to do it myself.
Anyway. And also, if you remember, the day after the purchase, we were in Varese, and we opened your Italian bank account, if you remember, and we had you in for the electricity bills and all this kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yes, definitely post-purchase assistant that you provided with opening bank account, as you said, utilities. Also, I know you assist with property taxes, paying property taxes after purchase. So I definitely consider to use that service as well.
Yeah. So what advice would you give to those considering buying property in Italy? That's a tricky question.
It's tricky, but it's not, because you need to know the area. I think hard part for me to settle exact town or exact area. I knew I wanted direct flight. I did not want to drive. So I wanted a place that has a train station. Also, you need to know your price range, and you need to know whether you want to obtain a mortgage or not. Because I knew I didn't want to obtain a mortgage. I wanted to do a cash purchase. So that was something you need to see and determine for yourself how much you want to spend, which area you want to spend, invest.
Yeah, I think choosing the perfect location is of course a very personal choice, but it's something really important, as if you have to fly from overseas and 10 hours flights, and then you have to do other hours of train, it would be advisable to find a location not so far from the international airport, for example. And in your case, Milano International Airport, it's not so far, so it's a very good location, I would add, if you agree.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's only 8-hour flight. New York, Milano is 8-hour flight, so it's perfect for me.
Yeah. But you were talking about the financial considerations. What were the main financial considerations you had to deal with when buying this property in Italy? So you had to pay not just the purchase price, but also the notary fees and so on.
Yes, and that's something buyers should consider as well, because besides the property purchase price, you need to know that there is a fee to the notary. Closing fees are higher than we pay in the US. So it's something that buyers should be aware of and consider that.
And in your case, we have been able to provide you a discount of agents' commissions thanks to our connections with realtors all around Italy. Yes. If you remember, you saved not a lot of money, but some thousands of euro.
Yes, of course. And also, yes, I really appreciate that as well. Also, you should consider that you need to make viewing trips, so that also financial expense that I also recommend visit the place twice, at least in the different seasons, to see what the place is like in the winter and to see what place is like in the summer, where there are people, is it crowded in the high peak season, because I want a place that is populated but not very crowded, not very touristy. So that's something that I recommend to do for the buyer, and that's actually extra expense that you have to fly there, you have to pay for accommodations, something that adds up to plan.
Yeah, of course, as I said, location is really important, as it's not just and only the house, but even the surroundings are really important. If the people are used to get in touch with tourists and international people, this is really important. So this is surely a wise advice, I think. So in conclusion, Anna, would you recommend the Italian property lawyers to other foreigners who are looking to buy a house in Italy? If so, why?
I definitely do. Do not do it alone. It's just impossible. Start from analyzing the links, giving honest feedback, all those technical, legal issues that we need to resolve. Translation. Luca speaks perfect English. That was really a bonus because there is no way I would be able to communicate and find out about the property. All that is just, I don't recommend doing it on your own.
Well, if you're not familiar with Italian bureaucracy, with Italian language, it might be daunting and risky, most of all. So I think this is another wise advice. But I think it's all for today's episode. It's pretty clear that Anna's journey to owning a very nice house in Italy not only reflects her passion for Italian culture, but also underscores the importance of having knowledgeable and reliable professionals by your side. Anna's experience with Italian property lawyers highlights how essential our expertise was in navigating the complexities of real estate acquisitions in Italy. Anna, your story is really interesting. Thank you. And for our listeners out there dreaming of their own slice of Italy, remember that while the journey might seem daunting, with the right support and resources, your dream home is within reach. If you want to stay updated with our channel, just remember to subscribe to the channel and tap the notification button so you don't miss a single episode. Anna, I know you speak a bit of Italian. Grazie mille per la tua presenza e ci vediamo presto.
Grazie a te, Luca. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao.